Here's the thing, he has a type. Are you his type?
Ladies, have you ever looked at a man and wonder why is he with her when he could clearly be with someone else? His type. There may be a reason, and it has very little to do with what you think. I found some people explaining exactly why this happens all the time, and honestly, their answers will shock you.
If I were you, I would want to find out. Okay, here's the deal. All men have a type. They have a specific look that they are attracted to. This is probably from something that happened in childhood, but they have a type. Now, they may pretend they don't have a type, but because they tell me everything, and in matchmaking, I have to know their type in order to find what it is they're looking for. All men have a type. Because just because he's dating you doesn't mean you're his type, which a lot of times is why these guys will waste your time, and you can't figure out, why isn't he kicking it into high gear? Why isn't this moving faster? Why doesn't he seem more interested? Because he's just passing the time, waiting for his perfect type to come along. Hope this helps.
Okay, so I just watched this video where this guy was saying that the type of women that a man likes on Instagram, like the photos that he likes, are the type of women that he is attracted to. Okay, so what if your man is liking, you've been seeing this trend. Tell me you've been seeing this trend. What if your man is liking pics and these girls don't even look like you? You're 100 pounds and she's clearly 150, like stuff like that. This man was basically saying, well, that probably means that you're not even his type and he's just dating you because it's convenient or because you're around. My thing is, can we circle back to the reason? Because what are you getting to a relationship with somebody for then? Like, why even fake it when you could have just left her alone? Like, is it a fear of being alone? Does it boost your ego? Are you afraid of telling her the truth? Like, I'm trying to give valid options here because I really want to understand the thought process. But my guess is that it's just like the human condition and how I guess like people don't like to be alone. Maybe that's what it is. If that's the case, then guys and girls are doing the same thing because she knows you don't like her. She knows you don't respect her, but she's afraid to walk away because people don't like to be alone. Anywho, back to the point. What I'm really trying to figure out is the why. Why waste somebody's time? Because the problem is that some of y'all are going to get married. But anyway, like I've been seeing it already. But anyway, I'm opening up the floor. Why do men get into relationships with girls who aren't even their type for the sake of convenience? Why?
A wise man once said, just because he came does not mean you made him come. So this is a reminder to my ladies that some of these men are fucking with women they have access to, not the woman they want. Some of these men may even go as far as marrying a woman out of convenience, but their heart belongs to someone else. And you might ask, how can you tell if you really have a man's heart? Well, sometimes it's easy. For example, if they're love bombing you 1 minute, but then ghosting you for days the next. And sometimes it might be very difficult. You might get blindsided. You may never see it coming. However, the only thing you need to worry about, the only thing you need to focus on is yourself. As a woman, the only thing you have control over is yourself. And you have to make sure you're intentional about your life. So if you're in school, continue to focus on your studies. If you're working, continue to focus on your career. Either way, make sure that you're so solid as an individual that if a man ever decides to pull a rug out from underneath you, you won't even budge. As a matter of fact, the rug would belong to you and you won't even trip over it. You have to make sure the love you have for yourself surpasses the love anyone can have for you. So no one could ever make you lose a wink of sleep because you have taken ownership and agency over your life.
What a lot of men won't tell you is that they care a lot about what their family and friends think of their partner. So instead of doing what would genuinely make him happy, they do what is going to impress other people, only to cheat on that woman with the woman that they would really like to marry. Then they'll be married for a while, complain about being miserable because they're not really attracted to that woman. She's boring. They don't have anything in common. They have 2 different sex drives. This myriad, this laundry list of things that he knew good and well going into that marriage and could have avoided if he had just married the woman that he loved.
Do not ever be a man's first vanilla when he's only used to coffee. Let me explain. Let me set the stage here. If you're in an ice cream shop, there's always that one person who's always taking a little taste of every single ice cream, but they always go back to their favorite one, in this case, vanilla. If you notice that a man has only dated vanilla girls and all of a sudden he's jumping to you, the coffee flavor, please understand he's testing you out. 99% of the time, the rule is he will always go back to his favorite flavor. If that man likes crazy women and you're a nice woman, he's gonna go back to the crazy. If he likes Caucasian women and you're any other race, guess what? He's trying you out. He's gonna go back to the Caucasian. You can fight with me all you want on this, but men do have a type. It is a very clear type. You can see it in everyone that he's dated before you. And if you are very, very different from any of the other women he has dated, I can almost guarantee that relationship will not last. It didn't work out with the women he actually likes, therefore he's taking a tester of you. Do not be the test subject for this man's experiment. I'm not saying this relationship won't last a while. He'll test it out. He wants to test the waters, okay? He'll dip his toe in, but it will never last because men have a type. And if you're ever wondering what that man's type is, here's 2 ways to check. Number 1, check his following. If he's following all the same type of woman, that is his type. Number 2, look at his exes. If you ever get a chance to look at his exes and you look at his exes and you're like, I'm literally nothing like this woman, he's testing you out. Every once in a while, men will do this, okay? They'll test out another flavor just to see if they like it, if it's different from the normal flavor that they like. But they will always regress back to the type that they're used to, the type that they like, and the type that is their preference. Will it work out? I mean, there are cases where it will. I'm not going to say that it always won't, but 99% of the time, no, you're a test subject.
I know it's dumb embarrassing showing people your ex, at least for me, because listen, my ex wasn't even my type for real. I was just doing shit.
The woman a man runs to directly after you tells you a lot about the man. And if you're confused, I got you, as always. And I even myself will admit, it's a bit confusing because sometimes they switch it up and do a 180. It happened to me, so I'll tell you from my most recent experience. They may go to someone who looks completely different than you. So different color hair, different color eyes, their demeanor is completely different. I mean, I don't know this new girl, and I don't care, but I'm assuming this. Tattoos, their lifestyle, you know what I mean, like partying and stuff. It just doesn't quite add up. And here's the reason why. That is who they actually like. Meaning, that is the caliber of women that they are used to. They shot up with you, and it's obvious. The new girl is more their speed. And yes, this is always the case. You may be saying, oh, she's pretty. Number 1, no one is ever more beautiful than you. You should be that delusional. I know I am. Do I have my off days? Hell yeah, just like anyone else. I could look like a fucking troll if I wanted to. But at the end of the day, no one is more beautiful, no one is more educated, no one is smarter. Okay? That should be your attitude towards life. But when they downgrade big time with you, you should know. Don't feel bad. That is who they can pull. They were lucky to have you, and move on in silence knowing that. Feel sad for them because that's all you got. The only thing you should be thinking is, darn, my standards were low when it came to you. And it shows. Enjoy the Walmart brand.
Yo, listen, if you somehow catch feelings for someone that's completely not your type, don't even bother getting in a relationship with them because that relationship is literally destined to fail for anything long distance. Like, bro, I'm talking about let's say the person's job, the person's height requirement, the build, the ethnicity, the color of their skin, whatever. Like, bro, if you get with someone that's like, let's say 3 out of those 5 things, yeah, they're the complete opposite of your type. As soon as you get off that little honeymoon phase you've got where you really like them, you're gonna look at them and be like, I actually don't like you like that, you know, or I always wanted my man to do this, I always wanted my man to look like this. And when you start thinking like that, yeah, you're gonna get in that little I hate my partner face, and long term that relationship's gonna end, bro, or it's gonna turn bad. Like, there's literally no point in forcing it, bro. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't feel like I'm wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if someone's a good person and you always wanted your man to be 6'5" and this guy's 6 foot, obviously brush that. But if it's like too many things that you actually got a type and too many things don't align, leave it.
I'm sorry, yeah, but I don't know how people do this thing where they will go out with someone who's not really their type on paper. Like, what do you mean when in a relationship and you're not attracted to me? I'm not your type to a T. Are you dumb? How long would that take for you to just then cheat on me then? I'm good.
I would tell you for free that any man you see doing this, not dating that type, is a selfish man. He's a selfish man. There's nothing you want to tell me. Because if you're not selfish as a man, you will go for your type and stop wasting people's time. And stop inflicting pains on people. You don't just go around using people. Okay? Why not wait for what you want? Why not go for what you want? I hope that these videos are being seen by my girlies. And I truly hope that they recognize the signs when they see it. When a man who hasn't seen his type is approaching you, do not fall for him. And then when you ask these men, they'll be like, oh, she is giving me peace. She gives me stability. That is why I am with her, even though she's not my type. No, bro, you're selfish. You are selfish. Because at the end of the day, it will be very easy for you to go cheat on her with your type. Okay? It will be easy for you to go cheat on her. You won't even have the conscience not to do that. Because clearly she's not your type. So instead of wasting her time, please wait for what you want, what you truly admire in a woman. So I hope you've learned something from this video, and I pray that the universe only gravitates you towards people that are real, people that are the real deal, people that are genuine for your life, for your purpose, and not time wasters. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. Until we see you next time, please do not forget to like this video, share so other people can be educated, other women around the world, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you all. Bye.